Hi there, and welcome to Bits and Bytes. The first thing I would like to discuss today is the Ohio DNA mess. Let's go into the civil rights arena here. Apparently, in Ohio, the police routinely discard DNA evidence, and court orders for DNA evidence post-conviction are routinely ignored. It's apparently a fiasco, and doesn't allow those who claim that they've been convicted and wrongly convicted and are innocent to attempt to seek a redress to the wrongs. Also, along the same lines, there is the case of the Canadian pathologist who was in fact an MD but had never received training to be a pathologist, who is now seeking forgiveness from the many people that he had that were wrongfully convicted as a result of his testimony, including people who were accused of sexually molesting their child or the child under their care, abusing the child, and now it ends up that this guy just did it all wrong, and he is awfully sorry. The other thing I would like to discuss before I move on to my big announcement is I have two extremely funny videos listed below for your viewing enjoyment. The first is an Apple video that just makes me laugh. I'm now a Mac addict, and this particular video is extremely funny. It's a takeoff on the thin Mac Air, the thin laptop. And the other video is also along the lines of technology, what it would have been like in 1994 had the show 24 been created at that point in time. It's really funny, and it's just takes you back to when you had to listen to the modem with that ridiculous noise as the computer connected with dial-up. The next thing I would like to move on to is I'm going to announce my new blog. I've started a blog called Women Lawyers, Back on Track. And I'm basically just going to be aggregating news stories, occasionally doing roundups of other women talking about the same things, and I'm going to be having this video. I may cross-post it on the blogs. I may do it every other week on each blog on different topics. We'll see. Where I'm going to talk about some issues of interest to women lawyers. First thing I would like to bring up is Carolyn Elephant's new book, Solo by Choice. I have a copy of it that I'm reading right now. I haven't quite finished it. Once I do, I'll post a full review, but I highly recommend it from what I've seen so far for those of you that are considering going solo or who are in law school and are trying to figure out what you want to do when you get out, or are just in an unhappy work situation. It sets things out wonderfully as far as I can tell, and again, once I've had time to finish the entire thing, I will post a full review of that book, but I recommend that you check it out. Second thing is there are two headlines that caught my attention that are listed on my Women Lawyers blog. Majority ownership of Toledo law firm is women, and how men and women can work together at law firms. Is this 2007? What 2008? What decade is this? That we have these are even headlines. That these are even things that should be making news. Great. So now we have majority ownership in a law firm. One law firm. We're definitely making strides. Not. And do we really need articles on how men and women can work together? I can't believe that this type of thing is still coming out, and it's such a sad commentary on where we are in our society right now. The other article that caught my interest was the article about workplace discrimination and how there are now discrimination lawsuits being brought on behalf of attorneys, on behalf of employees who feel that they've been discriminated against once they've had a family. I think that's an interesting, it'll be interesting to see how those lawsuits progress. And the other thing that I thought was interesting was the Emily Post attorneys offer women lawyers advice. And in this particular article, the excerpt that I thought was particularly telling, and I just had a conversation with a colleague about this. This happens to a lot of women that I know who receive, the assignments in the office that sort of fall to the bottom of the barrel. As it explains in this article, we see gender differences in the assignment process. Not that women don't get good assignments, but when there are less attractive assignments that invariably exist in any firm, women tend to get more of those assignments than their male colleagues do. In other words, it all seems to roll downhill, and for some reason, women are viewed as being at the bottom of the hill no matter how long they've been with a firm. I don't know what the solution is. I'm at a loss, having been a lawyer this long, and these things still keep happening to people that I know, to me. Currently, I'm very happy with my job, but it's happened to me in the past at other places that I've worked. It's frustrating, and I don't know what the answer is. So I guess I'll leave it off at that. Leave it on that note. That has been Legal Bits and Bytes for this week. Now go forth and bill.